Alberta, soccer happens on the field and in the streets, our backyards, and schoolyards. Anywhere there's a ball, someone's ready to play. It's more than goals, more than trophies. It's teamwork, resilience, stepping up, learning who you are, on the pitch or in the stands. Every play, every match, every season, we push forward. Not just for ourselves, but always for our team. This is a sport we love, where everyone belongs. We move together as one. We lift each other up. And you are welcome here. Whoever you are, as you are. We are one team.
Hello everyone and welcome to the APDL Cup live draw. We're streaming here live on the Alberta Soccer's YouTube channel and we're excited to have you with us today. The APDL Cup is where Alberta's top youth players and teams compete for the chance to be crowned the champions and place at nationals. And this season promises to be one of the most exciting in the history of the competition. Today we're going to find out exactly how the matchups will look and which teams will face off on the road to their finals. We also have some great prizes to give away too during the show, so make sure you stay tuned. I'd like to start out with some acknowledgements here before we get started. A huge thank you to all of the clubs, coaches, parents, and of course the players who make the APDL what it is. We also want to thank our incredible volunteers and event partners who help bring these matches to life, both on the field and online with our live stream coverages. I'd like to transfer over here to Jason. He's going to give us a heads up on who our special guests are today.
Thanks, Stephen. Welcome everybody to the APDL Cup Draw, where friends become foes and foes become friends. Today's the day we finally see what teams will play each other for next year's 2026 APDL Cup Final. Stephen, like you said earlier, we have some special guests here today. But before that, we'd like to probably explain the format of the draw, and then we'll get our first round of guests to come up to help us assist with the draw, because obviously we can't do it. We need some help from them. So Let's explain the draw format for the age groups this year, and then we'll call up our first guest up to the stage.
No, absolutely. So in terms of the formats of the draw, we're going to have each division will be drawn for. So we've got the U14 boys, U14 girls, U15 boys, U15 girls, and so on. So each one will have a separate format. U14 will all be drawn from one pot because they do not have any standings or placements from last year, as they are the new groups into the APDL. So do we want to get started with the U14 draws for this one?
Let's get going.
Okay.
So as you said, Stephen, we have some special guests here today. I'd like to welcome some of our draw assistants for today's draw. I'd like to welcome up Nick Couchman and Amam Alijili up to the stage to help us with the draw. Boys, how are we doing today?
Very good. What about yourself?
Good. So Stephen, as we're going to start off with the U14 boys division. So the U14 boys division will all be in one pot, and they'll be drawn at random to decide what placements each team will go into. So obviously in pot one, we have Calgary Blizzard, Calgary Foothills, Calgary MUSC, Calgary Rangers, Calgary Villains, Edmonton BTB, St. Albert Impact, Edmonton Scottish, Calgary New Frontier, and Calgary SWU. Boys, if you could load up the draw balls and put them all into pot one for us, please. And Stephen, as they do that, we have the first year for the U14 division coming into the APDL. They'll be starting their first cup venture this year. So just a few things to look forward to. I know that we have a bunch of great teams looking into that division. And hopefully we'll have some more information once our draw assistants start drawing the balls for us.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting year this year. I know the U14s always they're the ones that are excited because they get to actually start their APDL journey right from the very start. So, you know, it's gonna be. I think obviously they're gonna have a fantastic time within the APDL.
And of course, just to go over people at home, there will be a play-in match for the U14 division due to the amount of teams that we do have. That will be taking place already on October 18th, 2025. So that is right off the hop, right into the division, right into the APDL Cup for that. And Stephen, just to remind everybody, APDL Cup next year will be held in Calgary. Obviously, it was held in Sherwood Park last year. A great turnout, great success. We've seen some teams advance to nationals, but this year we'll be moving down south, down the QE2 to Calgary.
Yeah, we're going to be looking into some facilities here and getting that into place here. So we'll take some recommendations on how we're going to figure that one out. So while the boys load up those balls there's only a couple left, and then we'll get started on the draw here. So as you guys can see, they are showing that each of the draw balls does have the logo of each club that is participating in this draw.
All right, Nick, if you could do the honors, can you give a shuffle and do not draw the first ball yet. You want to add some suspense at home. So just to remind everybody, in pot one, we have BTB, Blizzard, Scottish, Foothills, New Frontier, Rangers, SWU, Impact, Villains, and MUSC.
The first four balls that are going to be drawn will be for the play-in matches. So what you're going to see on the graphic that will appear in just a little bit is you're going to see two teams into one slot. Those two teams will be playing on October 18th. After the four balls are drawn, then the rest will be automatically moving on to the quarterfinals. That's just how the format works under this setup.
So Nick, if you give another shuffle, and please draw the first ball for the draw for today.
St. Albert Impact.
St. Albert Impact coming out of the pot first. St. Albert Impact coming from U13 Tier 1 provincials last year, finishing fourth. Currently, only one game played so far this season, dropping a 3-4 decision in their first league game, but they're the first one out of the pot for today. Nick, or Amam, next ball, please. If you could give a shuffle and draw.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers comes out of the pot again. Calgary Rangers currently right now, obviously we don't have full stats on them yet, but 2 games.
Foothills.
Oh, apologies on that. It was Foothills. So apologies to that. It's Calgary Foothills.
All right, Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills. It's all good. Calgary Foothills also comes same result as well. They have 6 points in 3 games currently so far, with 14 goals scored. So probably a force to be reckoned with coming into this cup games. Next ball, please.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains comes out next. Currently, Calgary Villains sits with no points scored yet on the table, but they still seem to be able to score a few goals into their first 2 games of the APDL season. Hopefully, they're looking to come back as well for those games as well. Next ball, please.
Edmonton Scottish.
Edmonton Scottish, next one coming out. some interesting points on that. We have 6 points out of 3 games played. Zayad Karanja currently has 4 goals in 3 games, so one of the top leading goal scorers already in this early APDL season, but again, probably something to look forward to next year. Next ball, please. And before that, Nick, before you draw the next one for us, so that concludes our first play-in matches with the first 4 balls. So now we'll start selecting the next one. So as we have here in our play-in game, we have Impact versus Foothills. And then we also have Villains versus Scottish in the other playing game.
Correct.
Go ahead, Nick.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers. Now it's Calgary Rangers coming out of the draw. Calgary Rangers picking up 3 points in their first 2 games, scoring 6, conceding 7. Again, new to the APDL, new to the season. We're starting to get into the groove of it. Can't see them rebounding in the APDL Cup games. Go ahead, next ball.
Southwest United.
Calgary Southwest coming out of the pot. Again, 3 games, 3 points. They scored 4. A little bit heavier on the conceded side, but again, looking to rebound with this new U14 division again this year with the initial intake. They'll come back to fruition. So we can get the next draw ball, please.
BTB.
BTB coming out of the pot, scoring 2nd place in Tier 1 provincials this year in U13. Abdoulaye Diallo with 4 goals in 3 games as well. BTB securing 9 points out of their 3 games, scoring 17 goals. Probably one to watch next year. Next ball, please.
Calgary Blizzards.
Calgary Blizzards now coming out of the pot as well. Again, a showing in Tier 1 provincials last summer in August here in Edmonton, finishing in 3rd place. And we have Peter Baker currently scoring 5 goals in 3 games, top leading goal scorer of the season. Again, some teams have played less games, some teams have played more, but they're starting to come to their own with obviously those 5 goals. Next ball, please.
So just before this ball is drawn, just to mention, because we've only got 2 left, we do know who the final 2 teams are going to be, but this ball will be drawn because the first one drawn will be for the home field advantage.
New Frontier.
New Frontier, first year in the APDL, winning U13 Tier 1 provincials last year against BTB with a score of 5-1. I'm thinking BTB has something to say about that. But again, new to the league, new to the thing, we welcome New Frontier to the APDL as well with home field advantage on that one. Next ball, please.
MUSC.
Calgary MUC now coming out of the pot to go against New Frontier. Still haven't scored a goal in the APDL yet, but I'm not too concerned about that. Eventually, hopefully trying to score one of those eventually coming to fruition. Boys, thank you for helping us with the first initial set. So if we can just review the play matches for this round. We have Impact versus Foothills, Villains versus Scottish in the initial play down game. We then have Rangers against SWU with Rangers with the home field, BTB against Blizzards, BTB holding the home field, and New Frontier versus MUSC. So as we see here, some foes playing against some foes. Hopefully some good games here that we can have come up next year when we start the APDL Cup next year.
Nope, this is an exciting draw.
So if we're ready to move on to the U14 girls division. With that, I'm going to call up 2 new assistants up to the desk. I'm going to be calling up Jamil Makaram and Lucas Topchevsky up to the stage for us, as they'll help us now with the U14 girls Thank you, boys. So again, not a big difference. We're gonna have to play in the 2 playing games. Sorry, one
Actually,
playing
it'd just
game.
be one playing game.
One playing game on this one, and then we'll load them up. So, boys, while I go over the teams, if you want to, please start, and I will go over the teams in this pot. So, in this pot, we do have Calgary Blizzard, Calgary Foothills, Calgary MUSC, Calgary Rangers, Calgary Villains, Edmonton BTB, St. Albert Impact, Edmonton Scottish, and Calgary New Frontier. And again, a U14 division, most of these players coming into the division for the first time. Hopefully lots of excitement and people watching from home or on the road, as some of them are traveling for games today, of course. So hopefully they're enjoying the show.
Well, one of our players today that we've got as a special guest, they're starting in the U14 category this year, are they not?
Don't we have 2 of them?
We have 2 of them.
We do have 2 of them. Maybe we can ask the master what they think about that.
Oh, absolutely. So while they load up the balls here, we'll explain our prizes that we're giving away today and how you can actually win those prizes. So what you saw earlier, you saw a soccer ball that was sitting on the table during the draw. We have 3 of those that we're going to be giving away today. The first one we are going to give away to any new subscribers to the Alberta Soccer channel from this broadcast. The second one will be we'll pick a random comment from the comment section. And then the last one, we are going to load up every single player that's in the APDL into a random wheel. And we will get a random player from the APDL that will get a brand new ball.
Boys are almost done here. I know it's their first time drawing. I told them that before the draw they needed to draw like the Champions League, but don't have any fancy push buttons like they did this year.
Maybe next year's budget.
And Lucas, can you shuffle that one real quick for me? And again, just to review what teams are sitting in that pot: Foothills, New Frontier, Scottish, Impact, BTB, Rangers, Villains, Blizzards, and MUSC. So, Lucas, go ahead. You can draw the first ball.
St. Albert Impact.
St. Albert Impact comes out of the draw once again, first out of the hopper, going straight into the play-in game. That's correct?
Yeah.
Impact currently playing 1 game, winning 3-2 against Rangers the weekend before. Next ball, please. Jamil.
Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills joining St. Albert Impact in that play-on game on October 18th, with St. Albert Impact having home field advantage for that game. Calgary Foothills placing 3rd place in Tier 1 Provincials. Currently, Lillian McKenzie, 6 goals in 3 games. Leading goal scorer currently of the season. Big kudos to them. So again, Foothills and Impact playing in that play-on game.
I do want to point out that these balls are completely random, but we just got Impact versus Foothills in the first play-in games for the U14 divisions.
Look at the luck on that one. Go ahead, Lucas. Next ball.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains comes out. Villains currently right now 2 games with 3 points, with a -1, scoring 1, conceding 2. So they're probably not there yet at their full potential yet, but they're probably going to get there as soon as the season turns leaf. Go ahead, Jamil. Next ball.
Calgary New Frontier.
Calgary New Frontier comes out of the pot. Again, league debutants into the APDL, winning U13 Tier 1 Provincials last year. They currently have 2 leading goal scorers on their team. Ladizi Visor with 5 goals and Evelyn Shapka with 4 goals, both in 2 games. Next ball, please.
So I've just been informed that there is a Calgary swoo ball that was accidentally inserted into the pot.
All right. So once we get there, we'll remove that ball.
MUSC.
Calgary MUSC also coming in 3 games with 1 point. Looking to continue on with their success. Obviously, like you said, first APDL season, it's starting to come to fruition. But again, we'll get there eventually. Next ball, Jamil, please.
BTV.
Edmonton BTB comes out of the pot again. Again, finishing 4th in the Tier 1 provincials last year at the U13 division. Next ball, please.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers now comes out of the pot. Again, 3 games. They have 3 points with 6 goals scored and 7 conceded. Next ball. Calgary Sioux. So we can move that ball out of the draw, so we can leave that on the side. Next ball again.
Calgary Blizzard.
Calgary Blizzard. Calgary Blizzard now comes out. Also 1 point out of 3 games. Looking to probably rebound after a few initial 11v11 games coming into it. Lucas, if you could draw the last ball. Hopefully there'll be no shock on that one.
Edmonton Scottish.
Edmonton Scottish comes out. Hanula Amelia has 4 goals in 2 games. One of the top goal scorers currently right now in the APDL. Thank you, boys, for drawing those. If we could just review the matchups. So in the play-on match, we have St. Albert versus Foothills going to happen on October 18th. We have them playing against Villains as the add-on
For the quarterfinal.
for the quarterfinal. New Frontier versus MUSC. We also have BTB versus Rangers, and then the last pot, Calgary Blizzards against Edmonton Scottish coming through as well. So thank you, boys, for your help. We'll call you back up to the stage shortly. Thank you, boys.
Perfect. And while we get the next round set up, we're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
In Alberta, soccer happens on the field and in the streets, our backyards, and schoolyards. Anywhere there's a ball, someone's ready to play. It's more than goals, more than trophies. It's teamwork, resilience, stepping up, learning who you are, on the pitch or in the stands. Every play, every match, every season, we push forward. Not just for ourselves, but always for our team. This is a sport we love, where everyone belongs. We move together as one.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking around after that short interview. I have Lucas Topchevsky here. Lucas, it's your first year at the APDL level this year. So what are you looking most forward to playing in the APDL this year?
I'm looking forward to playing against teams from Calgary for a different challenge.
Okay. Your brother played for Edmonton Scottish for the last year and a bit. What did he say to you about the APDL?
He said that he had a great experience and he loved to have the experience.
Love to have the experience. Perfect. One more question for you, Lucas. Your team is going to be playing against, I can't remember now, who did your team draw against for the cup game?
I'm not sure.
Did we forget already? Blizzards. So you'll be playing Blizzards as the quarterfinal. Have you played Blizzards yet? Have you seen them play? Do you have any comments?
No, I don't
Have nothing yet?
No.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine to have. Well, thank you for coming up, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the next draw with the U15s. We'll start off with the U15 boys. In this case, I'd like to call up to the stage our draw assistant for this one, Luka Dolanjansky. Please come on up, Luka. Dolansky. I did that on purpose if everybody knows that one. He knows exactly what's happening. Luka, welcome back, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
Good. Just to review for this pot, this is now one of our national year draws for the cup winner. Obviously, it's a road to nationals. If the cup winner wins, this team will go on to nationals as taking one of the spots going forward. So just to quickly review for this pot, we will start using the 2 pots on the table. Pot 1 to the left side of the screen, pot 2 to the right side of the screen. So we're going to go over the pots for that. So in pot 1, for the U15 boys, we have Edmonton Scottish, Calgary SWU, Edmonton BTB, and Calgary Foothills. Boys, I'm going to let you load those in first. So again, it's Edmonton Scottish, Calgary SWU, Edmonton BTB, Calgary Foothills. So if you guys can load those up for me.
So this is a division that will have a play-in game on October 18th. Those will be drawn from pot 2 when
correct.
we're ready to announce that.
And those will go into pot 1, please. And as we wait and we watch us load the balls here into the pot. So boys, Edmonton Scottish, Calgary SWU, BTB, and Foothills are in pot 1. Guys, Edmonton Scottish, only. Edmonton Scottish, Calgary SWU, Edmonton BTB, Calgary Foothills in pot 1. Can you reset the pot 1, please, for me? Edmonton Scottish.
So that one will go into pot 1.
Yep. Calgary SWU, thank you, Mom. Calgary Foothills. And BTB. Perfect. And then if all those other ones, I can take the New Frontier from you. Thank you. And then if I can load all remaining 5 teams into pot 2.
So just as a reminder again, for pot 1, we're going to have Edmonton Scottish, Calgary SWU, Edmonton BTB, Calgary Foothills. Pot 2, we'll have Calgary Blizzard, Calgary Rangers, Calgary Villains, St. Albert Impact, and Calgary MUSC. And as a reminder, this is based off of last year's standings on how pot 1 and pot 2 have been divided.
All right.
Are we ready? Are we almost ready to go?
We should be ready here shortly. And Stephen, I think we should start off with our pot 2 to have the playoff round first.
Yep, for the playing game, absolutely.
So, Amam, if you can shuffle pot 2 for me. And then if you can then draw the first ball, this will be the first play-in team on October 18th, and we'll have home field advantage.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers comes out of the pot for this one. Calgary Rangers looking to improve on last year's placement, losing to BTB during the Cup games. Next ball, Mom. Luke, I'll have you do pot 1. Let's Mom will do pot 2 for us here.
MUSC.
MUSC coming in, dropping out of last year's quarterfinals. Currently, they hold 3 points in 2 games this year. So that starts off with our first playing game on October 18th. Calgary Rangers versus Calgary MUSC. So now, Luca, you are going to draw from pot 1, and then we'll go back to Mom to pick the opponent. So this team will have home field advantage. So if you can pick the first ball from pot 1.
Calgary Swoop.
Calgary Swoo takes the first slot in the draw here today. Calgary Swoo held on to its own, losing to the league leader and losing to the champion in the semifinal 1-0. Then that's, of course, Scottish for this one. They're looking to get back into the final this year. Next ball, no, Amam, please. Next ball to see their opponent.
Calgary Village.
Calgary Villains coming out of pot 2. Hopefully those penalty ghosts don't come. Again, playing Southwest this year. Again, drawn in them. Looking to get back into the semis, maybe trying to win it all. Or no, my apologies. They're not going to be. So we have just one clear mistake. So it should be Southwest versus Villains, correct? Yeah, no worries. Just finding on the back end here. Perfect.
Oh, this is incorrect.
No, give us 1 second here. So in the initial game, we have Rangers versus MUSC. Let's give it a standby here. We're just fixing something on our board in the back. Now,
Okay, so just for a quick correction here, when we're looking at the play-in game, the first 2 that were drawn were Rangers and MUSC, correct?
correct?
So they will play in the play-in game.
And they'll
The
play
very
against-
first pot 1 draw was SWU. They will play the winner of Rangers versus MUSC. SWU will be the home team, and the winner of the play-in match will be the away team.
Okay, and we just drew Villains out of pot 2.
So Villains will be the home team for the first game of the quarterfinals.
So we just mixed it up there. So Luca, please draw from pot 1. They will be playing at home against Villains. And then we'll go back to pot 1 and reset ourselves. There we are.
Edmonton BTB.
Edmonton BTB to go against Villains. Edmonton BTB looking to get back to the final, losing in the final to Scottish last year. Luca, you're going to draw again from pot 1, please.
Edmonton Scottish.
Edmonton Scottish getting the double last year, winning the league and the APDL Cup. Looking to continue with that momentum, beating BTB in the final 3-0. Amam, if you can go into pot 2, please, and draw for me.
St. Albert Impact.
St. Albert Impact against Scottish, a all Edmonton battle, a little bit of a derby game coming from that. They're looking to get into the final after dropping to the last hurdle in the semifinal, losing to BTB 2-1 last year. Luca, if you can draw the last ball in pot 1 for me.
Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills looking to rebound last year after losing the playoff game or the playing game to Blizzard last year. So they'll be coming in looking to seek a vengeance on that end. And last ball from pot 2, please. Thank you.
Calgary Blizzards.
Calgary Blizzard against Foothills. Again, a repeat of the playing game from last year. Looks like they're going to be facing back at it again.
But starting in the quarterfinals.
Starting in the
this time.
quarterfinals this time. So just to go over our groupings, Rangers versus MUSC in the playoff game. They will be playing against the winner. The winner will be playing against SWU. BTB against Villains. Scottish against Impact. And Foothills against Blizzards. So hopefully some mouth-watering draws that we have there for us. So, boys, thank you so much for helping us with this draw. We'll see you back up on the stage shortly here. So, Stephen, we're almost at the halfway mark. Now we're going to move on to our U15 girls draw.
Yep. So the division for this one is going to have a few less teams. So there is no play-in matches for the U15 girls division. So based off of last year's standings, from the quarterfinals, we're going to have 3 games. But this will automatically put the St. Albert Impact U15 girls into the semifinals as they claimed first place last year in last year's season.
That's correct. St. Albert Impact winning the league by 1 point over Rangers. They did come with the semifinal loss against Foothills, so looking to make it to the end this time. So with that, I'm going to call our next trusty draw assistants. Going to call Jamil and Nick back up to the podium. So boys, if we can fill the following teams into pot 1. Calgary Rangers, Calgary Blizzard, and Calgary Foothills. And then in the other pot, if we could have Edmonton BTB, Calgary Villains, and Calgary SWU. And if the other additional ones, if you could just put to the side of pot 2, just so that we can make sure that they're there. Thank you. And as they fill up that pot, just to look back at this, St. Albert Impact winning the league, but of course Calgary Blizzard winning the cup game last year. Did forget to mention the U15 division did mention it, but Edmonton Scottish did clear both of them, winning the league and the cup.
So again, while they do that, another quick reminder, pot 1, you're going to have the Calgary Rangers, Calgary Blizzard, and Calgary Foothills. In pot 2, you're going to have Edmonton BTB, Calgary Villains, and Calgary SWU.
All right.
Kate, can you put onto the under the camera which ones are not going to be competing in this year's division?
Might have to redo pot 2. Boys, can we redo pot 2? We should have Edmonton BTB, Calgary Villains, and Calgary SWU in pot 2.
So which team is not in?
It should be, if I remember correctly, Scottish.
Scottish, not in.
Yeah, not Scottish. Thank you. You can put those. Perfect. Thank you. And if we could refill pot 2, please. All right, if you could both give a shuffle to both pots for me. So we'll be drawing for the first quarterfinal, and just for everybody at home to know, this first quarterfinal we'll be playing the winner will be playing St. Albert Impact in the semifinal. So it's a big responsibility for both of you. Nick, if you could draw from pot 1, please, first.
Calgary Blizzard.
Calgary Blizzard looking back to go to the final again. beating, going back to the final, winning this thing over again, beating Foothills 1-0 in the cup game last year. Jamil, if you can draw from pot 2, please. Edmonton BTB against Blizzard for that one. BTB has come out to a strong start this year, trying to come back from a quarterfinal loss last year in the cup. Next ball, please, from pot 1.
Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills, runners-up last season, looking to take home the trophy this time by making a run into the finals. Next ball, please, from pot 2.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains takes the spot against Calgary Foothills. Calgary Villains looking to come out strong, being in the coming out of the play-in game and then losing to the eventual champions last year. And the last ball from pot 1.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers comes out looking to shake off the penalty kick demons from last year, losing in the semifinal to Blizzard, and looking to change some perspectives after only being 1 point behind Impact for the league last season. And if I could get Jamil last ball into pot 2, please.
Calgary Sioux.
Calgary Sioux comes out looking to rebound after bowing out in the playoff game last year, or the playing game, and looking to come into the season. Probably not the start they're looking for, but again, probably going to bounce back in. Boys, thank you for helping us draw that draw. So just to remind everybody at home, here are the pairs for the groupings, the pairs for the knockout phase. We have Blizzard versus BTB. The winner will be playing Impact, Foothills versus Villains, Rangers, and Sioux. That concludes the U15 girls division draw. Again, both of these teams, or both of these age divisions for the U15, the boys and girls, all looking to qualify to go to nationals next year. Boys, thank you so much. We'll call you back up to the stage shortly. Now, Stephen, that brings us to halftime. So with that in mind, we'll take another quick break here, and then we'll get back to everybody back online.
In Alberta, soccer happens on the field and in the streets, our backyards, and schoolyards. Anywhere there's a ball, someone's ready to play. It's more than goals, more than trophies. It's teamwork, resilience, stepping up, learning who you are, on the pitch or in the stands. Every play, every match, every season, we push forward. Not just for ourselves, but always for our team. This is a sport we love, where everyone belongs. We move together as one. We lift each.
Perfect. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining in again. I have one of our trusty draw assistants, Mom, here. Mom, tell me, you've played how many APDL games this year so far?
I haven't played in APDL, but I'm looking forward to it
Oh,
next
are
season.
you? I see. So you're a 2013 looking to play eventually one day in the APDL. So what are you most excited for the APDL?
I'm excited to. It's a big step up from EMSA, and I'm excited for a new challenge.
Perfect. What are the things that you hear, like your older teammates from the 2012s, maybe the 2011s? What are they saying about the APDL?
They say it was it's gonna be like a bigger challenge,
Okay.
and they definitely stepped up through it, and they've won every single game they played so far.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: are you one of the contenders to be called up from your team to go play with the older team this year?
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. Perfect. Well, thanks, Mom, for helping us today, and we'll look forward to seeing you back upstage to help draw again.
Thank you.
No problem. So with that, we're going to move to their U16 division. Our U16 division draw will have all teams inside of the pots. Sorry, all teams will be divided into 2 pots. In pot 1, we'll have Calgary Villains, Edmonton BTB, Calgary Rangers, Calgary Blizzard. And then in pot 2, we'll have Calgary Foothills, Calgary Foothills, Calgary Southwest, St. Albert Impact, Calgary MUSC. Luca and Lucas, please join. We got the two L's up here. So if you guys could load in pot 1 with Villains, BTB, Rangers, and Blizzard. In the other pot, Foothills, SWU, Impact, MUSC, and Scottish can be placed to the side.
So, yep, put Scottish under the camera.
Perfect. And if you can load those balls for us, please. And just remind everybody at home, Villains being the league champions last year and Calgary Foothills winning the cup while they're drawing those. Steven, if you want to talk about some of those free giveaways that we have here while we wait for them to load up the balls.
Yeah, just a reminder that for anybody who's going to subscribe to the ASA channel today during this broadcast, you'll be put into the draw for one of those soccer balls. Another one will be decided on one of the comments that goes through on our comment section. And then the last one will be by random draw with all of the players from the APDL season this year put into that draw.
So we wait for our trusty draw assistants. Again, there's no nationals for this division this year. But of course, the cup games bring some enthralling competition in order to excite the APDL.
Yeah, this division is going to have 8 teams, so there is no play-in games for this. It will start directly in the quarterfinals in May.
All right, Luke, if you can give pot 1 a good shuffle and Lucas do the same for pot 2, a good shuffle. And then Luca, if you could go ahead and draw the first ball out of pot 1.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains comes out of the pot, being league champions last year, looking to win the cup. Again, another team that penalty kicks kind of haunted them, their past last year during the cup games. Lucas, ball from pot 2, please.
Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills, the two teams that advanced to nationals last year, both playing each other in their first playoff. In the quarterfinal, they're looking to hold the crown after beating Blizzard in the final 5-1. Like I said, both Villains and Foothills qualifying for nationals last year. Luca, pot 1, please.
Edmonton BTB.
Edmonton BTB coming out, looking to bounce back after bowing out to the quarterfinal, dropping a decision against SWU. Lucas, next ball from pot 2.
MUSC.
MUSC coming out of the pot. MUSC trying to rebound after losing to the finalist Blizzards last year. Luca, next ball, please.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers coming out, losing 1-0 to Villains during the cup games last year. They're having a little bit slow start this year with some of their coaching changes, but again, they are on their way. So Rangers coming out of that pot. Lucas, pot 2, please.
SWU.
Calgary SWU coming out, dropping the semifinal against Foothills. Again, looking to draw back better. Now, if we have this right, we should have this correct. Go ahead, Luca.
Calgary Blizzards.
Calgary Blizzards looking to get back to the final after dropping the result 5-1 to Foothills. There are some enthralling battles on their way to the final, but again, looking forward to that. And pot 2.
St. Albert Impact.
St. Albert Impact in the U16 division. I don't know how much I can say about them. Looking to respond after the defeat to Foothills in the cup game in the quarterfinal. I know that the team is eager to get back at that, so we'll leave it at that.
I'm just finding it funny how many times we've got Impact playing Foothills in these first rounds.
But just to go over the division here for the draw, Calgary Villains playing Foothills, BTB versus MUSC. And then on the other side of the bracket, we have Rangers versus SWU and Blizzard versus Impact. Boys, thank you for your help. We'll see you soon again. So with that in mind, do you think it's time for a giveaway, or are we going to hold off on that?
We're still going to hold off. We're going to give a little bit more time. We are going to stop looking at the comments and subscriptions just before the U17 girls draw, and then we'll decide from there. We'll announce on the live here which ones we have been chosen, and we'll connect with you in some way, shape, or form to figure out how we're going to get that prize to you.
Perfect. Now we're going to move on to the U16 girls division. So the U16 girls division, same concept as the previous one, but just a bit of a different pot placing. Pot 1 will carry Calgary Blizzard, St. Albert Impact, Calgary Foothills, Edmonton BTB. And then for pot 2, we're going to hold Edmonton Scottish, Calgary Villains, Calgary Rangers, and Calgary SWU. So boys, I have the next 2 draw assistants coming up. Mom and Nick look like they're going to help us out with this. So boys, I'm going to repeat again the teams that should go in each pot. So for pot 1, we should have Calgary Blizzard, St. Albert Impact, Calgary Foothills, and Edmonton BTB. And then in pot 2, Scottish, Villains, Rangers, and SWU. So whatever one are not being used, if you could show under the camera real quick. Perfect, thank you. And then you can go ahead and load up those draw balls there. Just want to wish everybody good luck this week in their APDL games as well. Perfect. If you both can give a shuffle on both pots, please. Perfect. Now, Nick, we're going to start off with you from pot 1, please.
Edmonton BTB.
Edmonton BTB coming out of the pot. BTB losing in penalty kicks to Foothills last year. Trying to look for a bounce back on that one. Mom, if you can then draw from pot 2, please.
Calgary SWU.
Calgary SWU coming out, looking to improve on their quarterfinal showing from last year. Looking to go a little bit further this year in their league title. And again, just for everybody at home, Calgary Blizzards. You can go ahead, Nick. Calgary Blizzard winning the double, winning the league and the cup last season. In case if people are tracking that stat at home.
Calgary Blizzards.
Calgary Blizzard winning against Impact in the final by winning by the score of 2-1. They secured both the league and the cup last season. Amam, go ahead.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains coming out with a semifinal loss to Impact of 3-0 last year. They're trying to see if they can make a little bit of a bigger impact and go a little bit further this year. Pot 1, please.
St. Albert Impact.
St. Albert Impact coming out, looking to avenge against their rival Blizzard. I know that there's a bit of a rivalry between those two teams. They're looking to go back into the cup final again this year and probably take it home this year. Pot 2, please. Calgary Rangers coming out. Calgary Rangers are trying to look to improve this year with a little bit of a newer squad, looking to show during the Cup games.
All right, Nick, if you want to help us with the pot one.
Last one.
Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills coming out, looking to crack the top two this year, trying to get past the semi as they lost to Blizzard 3-2 last year. And pot number two, last one out of that one. For those of you keeping track at home, we should know which one's coming out.
Edmonton Scottish.
Edmonton Scottish coming out, losing in the qualifying match last year, but hopefully this year a little bit of a change coming forward. Boys, thank you for your help for that one. We'll see you soon back up here. And we'll just go a quick overview of the fixtures for this one. We have BTB versus SWU, Blizzard versus Villains, Impact versus Rangers, and Foothills versus Scottish. Steven, that takes us to one last age group to finish off for the draw for today. So with that, we'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll see everybody back here in 30 seconds.
You bet.
In Alberta, soccer happens on the field and in the streets, our backyards, and schoolyards. Anywhere there's a ball, someone's ready to play. It's more than goals, more than trophies. It's teamwork, resilience, stepping up, learning who you are, on the pitch or in the stands. Every play, every match, every season, we push forward, not just for ourselves, but always for our team. This is a sport we love, where everyone belongs. We move together as we lift.
Perfect. We're back live again. I have another trusty draw assistant up here with me, Luca Dolansky. Luca, last year, Scottish won the Cup game and then ended up winning they won the Cup game final against the Alberta Impact. Take me back to that time, the emotions, the excitement, the energy during that game.
Oh man, it was just overall just an amazing experience. Like that team was my family, and it was great to win a cup and a league with this team. And it was just amazing.
You being an APDL Cup player an APDL player for quite a long time. I know this year you went to Canada Summer Games. Give me an explanation of why the APDL prepared you for that opportunity going forward.
I would say the biggest thing is the style of play. The level is just way higher in my opinion, and like the competition, the players, and just like the overall environment you surround yourself with is just what makes this league so great.
And then one comment, obviously your Canada Summer Games, winning a silver medal with Team Alberta was a great accomplishment. Your penalty saves in both the semifinals and the final, doing the Macarena in the final. What are some of the words that you can give younger APDL players? So looking at some of your colleagues that are helping with the draw today, what advice can you give those players who are moving up the ranks coming into APDL?
Honestly, just work hard, just focus on the little things. Don't try and do too much, just focus and work hard on the little things to help really improve your game, and that will go a long way. And just overall, just one day you'll get that experience, and all that hard work you did will pay off.
Perfect. Thank you, Luca. We'll look to see you shortly again, helping out with the final draws that we have here today. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to our U17 boys draw. In our pots, so there will be a play-in game here. So what we will do, so we don't have any confusion this time, we will draw from pot two, we'll do the playoff game, and then we'll reset by drawing pot one, pot two in accordance. Boys, if you can fill out pot one for me, I need the following teams: Calgary Foothills, Calgary MUSC, St. Albert Impact, and Edmonton Scottish. And then in pot two, I need Calgary Rangers, Calgary Villains, Calgary SWU, Calgary Blizzard, and BTB, please. So go ahead and fill those pots for me. Again, some interesting points here. This is a national APDL Cup division. So the winner of the cup will be qualifying for nationals. And just for those of you keeping track at home, Calgary Foothills winning the league, and then St. Albert Impact winning the cup game last year, or the cup final, sorry. We all done? Oh, so a few left. So just a few more. All right. So if you could both shuffle both pots for me. All right, Luca, we're going to start off with pot 2. This will decide our playing game. So if you could draw the first ball.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains going into the play-in start. Trying to get back into form with a slow start this year, but they're trying to get back in here. Luca, another ball from pot 2, please.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers also hopping there. They dropped the semifinal game to Impact with a score of 7-0, looking to rebound after that. So with that in mind, we do have our playoff game here. We have Villains versus Rangers. So what we will now start with is we will start off with our pot 1. So pot 1 will be the team that will play the winner of the Villains versus Rangers game. So pot 1, please. St. Albert Impact winning the the cup games last year, looking to go back-to-back. Tyson Larcombe scoring 2 goals in the final of that game. So with that in mind, the Villains versus Rangers tie will then play Impact. So we'll now start back from pot 1 and pot 2 accordingly. So pot 1, Jamil, if you could go ahead. Calgary Foothills coming in, winning the league last year, losing into the semifinal against a shootout loss versus MUSC. We'll see the effects of some of the players that they've lost to Calgary this year, but they're looking to come back as well. Luca, pot 2, please. Edmonton BTB against Foothills there on that draw. BTB first time in the APDL division this year. They have picked up 9 points in 3 games so far, so good start for them. Jamil, back to pot 1, please. Calgary MUSC trying to get their successes. They made it to the final last year, losing to Impact. They had wins over Southwest United and Foothills. Again, some of the players that they probably have lost to Cavalry. Let's see how they react to that. Pot number 2 again, please.
Calgary Swoo.
Calgary Swoo in the matchup against MUSC. Calgary Swoo looking to respond after losing both of their matches this year, 1-0, 1-0. Looking to bounce back for the cup games. Pot 1, please. Edmonton Scottish coming out of the pot. Edmonton Scottish looking to bounce back after losing to Impact in the quarterfinals. They currently have 1 win and 1 loss this season. Luca, last ball, please, from pot 2.
Calgary Blizzards.
Calgary Blizzards against Scottish coming out of that. Calgary Blizzard, first time in the APDL Cup at this division. They've picked up 6 points in the first 3 games. So we're going to quickly go over the overview of the the draws for this grouping. We have Villains against Rangers in the playoff game. They will play the winner will play Impact. Foothills versus BTB. MUSC versus SWU. And Scottish versus Blizzards. Thank you, boys, for your help. We'll see you soon back up here. So, Steven, that takes us almost to the end of our show for today. We're going to move on to our last draw for the U17 girls. U17 girls are going to fall into the same category as the boys. We're going to have 9 teams. We're going to draw the playoff game, draw the winner of pot 1, and then so forth.
Yeah, and while we're doing that, we'll actually bring up another one of our U17 boys for a quick interview while we reset. We'll have Jamil come up and have a few words. So come on up, Jamil. I'll let you take over here with Jason.
Perfect. Thanks, Jamil. Jamil, again, I've asked your previous colleague here about making it to the final. Last year, winning the cup and going to nationals. If you could give anybody some insight about nationals for the APDL nationals, how was that how was that APDL national event? How was that done? How was the experience, and what can you say from it?
I feel like it was a very good tournament. Like nationals, it was very professional, and as well as the APDL Cup. Like APDL Cup was a very professional tournament. It like helped us like set the standard for how we had to play at nationals, and yeah.
So coming into the APDL, I want to see what your insights into. What would you have? What would be your suggestions to younger players who are coming into this league, or players who are looking at moving to this league? What would you have to say to them?
I'd say it's a great league. It's very professional. It's very professional. It's great, and like you have to like work hard, be humble. Yeah.
And then one more question: What would be your biggest take, your biggest positive take? Because now that you've aged out from APDL, what would be your biggest take of saying, coming from the APDL? What would be the bigger take that you brought out from it?
I feel like it's made me work so much harder. Seeing all the talent in Alberta, like playing the Calgary players, it made me like realize that there's like higher levels to this. I have to work harder like each and every day.
Perfect. Thanks, Jamil, for the interview, and we'll look forward to you helping out with the last draw here.
Thank you.
So now with that, we'll move on to our last draw for the U17 girls division. To go over our pot system, pot 1 will hold St. Albert Impact, Calgary Rangers, Calgary Villains, Calgary Foothills. And then in pot 2, we're going to have Edmonton Scottish, MUSC, Calgary SWU, Edmonton BTB, and Calgary Blizzard. So I'm just waiting for the last 2 draw assistants to help. And of course, Stephen, it's the 2 youngest ones picking the older ones here. Thank you, Mom and Lucas.
And one day they'll be playing in that older category.
And one day they will eventually. So boys, in pot 1, if I could get the following teams. St. Albert Impact, Calgary Rangers, Calgary Villains, Calgary Foothills. And then in pot 2, if I could get Scottish, MUSC, SWU, BTB, and Blizzard, please. So if you can load up those pots for me. And don't forget, people online, we are going to be giving away some sort of prizes, so don't leave too quickly. Stick around, as you do have prizes to give away. And again, for people keeping tabs at home, last year St. Albert Impact winning both the APDL Cup and the league, looking to become the first APDL team to make a nationals both in their U15 year and their U17 year, just for everybody at home. And Stephen, looks like our trusty draw assistants have gone much quicker at this now. So I congratulate them for all of their help.
They're just a little less nervous now.
If you could both shuffle pot 1 and pot 2 for me. So, Mom, we're going to start off with you. We're going to draw 2 balls out of pot 2 for me.
Edmonton BTB.
Edmonton BTB with the first time in the APDL Cup at this division. Currently picking up 6 points in the first 3 games. They'll have the home field advantage for that playing game. Mom, another ball from pot 2, please.
Calgary SWU.
Calgary Southwest, sitting at the bottom of the table of the APDL standings, but trying to get better. Wouldn't see a big shock of them changing the style coming into the APDL Cup. Now, we're now going to select the team that will play the winner of those 2 games. Lucas, if you could draw from pot 1, please.
Calgary Rangers.
Calgary Rangers pairing up with the winner of BTB and SWU. Calgary Rangers runners up at the APDL Cup match last year, losing 4-1 to Impact on the final match. Now, boys, we're going to start again from the beginning. Pot 1, we're going to start off with pot 1, and then we'll go back to pot 2 and so forth. So, Lucas, if you go for pot 1, please.
St. Albert Impact.
St. Albert Impact winning the APDL Cup and the league last year by 10 points. They're on the road to that. They beat Scottish, Villains, and Rangers to win the tournament. Looking to do the same to qualify for nationals. Pot number 2, please.
Edmonton Scottish.
Edmonton Scottish coming out, looking to improve after being eliminated in the quarterfinal by Impact last year. Again, facing Edmonton Scottish and Impact playing in that division. With that in mind, another Edmonton derby in that. Lucas, pot 1.
Calgary Villains.
Calgary Villains coming out of the draw. Calgary Villains sitting at the top of the table at the APDL this season with not everybody playing all the same amount of games, but currently at the top. They're looking to get over the final hurdle by making the final this season. Pot 2, please.
MUSC.
MUSC looking to go further up in the APDL Cups this year after bowing out in the quarterfinals last season. Lucas, last ball from pot 1, please.
Calgary Foothills.
Calgary Foothills looking to improve on getting a bye to the semifinals last year, but losing to Rangers in the semifinal. Looking to improve on that to get to the final this year. And last but not least, if you can show us, Amam, that we've done this correctly, who is coming out of pot 2 last?
Calgary Blizzards.
Calgary Blizzards back in the division as well, looking to continue with the APDL Cup with 5 goals scored in the first 3 games. Thank you, boys, for your help. So just to review everybody, the groupings for the games, we have BTB playing SWU in the play-in game. They'll play the winner will play Rangers. Impact versus Scottish. Villains versus MUSC. And Foothills versus Blizzards coming out into that division there. Stephen, with that concludes the draws for today. I think we have one thing to say. We want to thank Nick, Luca, Jamil, Amam, and Lucas for helping us as draw assistants today.
Well, we still have one more to interview too. So
sure
I
do.
think we should bring up Nick while we're calculating all of the numbers for the draws today. So Nick, if you want to come up and have enter a couple questions from Jason while we're working on for the draw.
Nick, thank you for joining. So again, I'm going to ask one of the same questions that I asked your 3 colleagues previously.
Yeah.
What is the biggest thing that you can tell players who are looking at the APDL, looking to come into this? What is their biggest thing and the biggest thing that they're going to experience in the APDL?
Well, I say there's a big change in the players and just the competition in general, and then also the facilities. Like a lot nicer. The fields are a lot nicer to play on.
Okay. Coming from a team that's gone to nationals, what is the incentive that you could give other players who are looking to say, hey, maybe one day I want our team to go to nationals? What's the incentive that you can tell them?
Well, I say don't just focus on yourself. Focus on your team. It's a team sport. I say make sure you have good team chemistry. Your team's your family. Make sure you're all connected as one.
Perfect. And one more question, just to put this a nice bow on the draw event today. If there's one big thing that you can tell people, what has the APDL done to you as a player? How has it improved you as a player?
It improved me tremendously. I was I'm a center back personally. I was scared to play out the back, and now I'm confident in all my abilities. And just the change from I used to play in EMSA, and the change to APDL, just the competition, the players, from Calgary, the differences.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Nick, for helping us with the draw, and thanks for coming for the interview.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, Stephen, that concludes our draw. Do we have any prize winners announcements that we have ready to
You
go
bet.
off the cuff?
So again, just as a reminder how we got to this, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram. But I've gone through the comments. We've created a wheel. Just bear with me one quick second and we'll pull that up on screen. Yeah, perfect. So we'll shuffle those up. Okay. And when we're ready to go, so this will be for our comment section. And our winner's Demelza. I believe there's a full name on there, Demelza Tucker.
Congratulations to her for that win.
All right, so next one, we will move on to the teams. So for the subscriber portion, we've actually gone up quite a few today. So what we're going to be doing for that one is we're going to get all of the subscribers into a list similar to how we've just done the randomized win. And we will post a new video to the YouTube page with the winner of that draw. So that'll move us on to the draw for the players within the APDL. So yeah, what we'll do is while we get that one set up, we'll take one last quick commercial break and we'll get the last draw going.
In Alberta, soccer happens on the field and in the streets, our backyards, and schoolyards. Anywhere there's a ball, someone's ready to play. It's more than goals, more than trophies. It's teamwork, resilience, stepping up, learning who you are, on the pitch or in the stands. Every play, every match, every season, we push forward, not just for ourselves, but always for our team. This is a sport we love, where everyone belongs. We move together as one.
Welcome back, everybody. So we've got all the teams loaded in. It'll be a very compact looking wheel at the moment, but we'll get that up in just a second. Are we ready to go? Perfect. All right, so a lucky player from the U17 girls Calgary Blizzard team. So while we load that in, any final comments you can think of for?
Well, there are some intriguing draws saying that Impact seems to be playing foothills everywhere in certain places. Of course, that U17 and the U15 division are the showcase APDL Cup games. As a winner will go to nationals, but don't count out having some really good games from the U14 and the U16 division coming through.
Is there any moments at the Canada Summer Games that you want to remind us of that maybe Luca had some embarrassing moment that you want to bring up?
I don't think so. I think Luca did quite well. He did some crazy saves and kept us in a few games. Him and Blake Morrison supported the team as what we needed to. A good little unit that we could trust on. So Luca, I asked Luca earlier if he wanted to come do his dance moves in front of everybody, but he decided not to. So we'll leave that as is.
You think we can get him on camera doing some of his dance moves?
I don't think so. And for those of you who haven't seen it, it's quite a quite a dance.
Shuffle it up. All right, we're ready on the new wheel. Are you ready to go? Perfect. Kayla Esslinger will be our winner from the U17 girls Blizzard team.
All right.
All right, so that will conclude our broadcast of the APDL Live Cup Draw. We've done the subscriber, or we've done the comment, we've done the player. We'll get that subscriber prize online here soon, and then we'll send out the balls to the winners.
Perfect.
All right, thanks everybody. I want to also really thank you, Jason here. He's been a great help. He's been our APDL commentator from last season, and we really enjoy having him out here. So I want to give a real special thanks to Jason for helping us out here. I think he's got a great voice that you're going to be familiar with throughout the season through this APDL Cup.
Thanks, Stephen, for that. Again, I just want to thank our trusty draw assistants, Nick, Luca, Jamil, Amam, and Lucas for helping us, because if it wasn't for them, we'd be forcing you to go draw the ball. So I'm happy that they're here to help us out with that.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, and good luck in this year's APDL Cup.
In Alberta, soccer happens on the field and in the streets, our backyards, and schoolyards. Anywhere there's a ball, someone's ready to play. It's more than goals, more than trophies. It's teamwork, resilience, stepping up, learning who you are. On the pitch or in the stands, every play, every match